Okay, it says I'm live. Hopefully I actually am. We'll see. We got some decent cell phone service here from what I'm seeing, so hopefully you all can see and hear me without any buffering. We'll find out when some more people get on here. I'm about to drop some baits down. I've just freshened everything up. For those of you that's not been following me on social media today, I've been on some fish, and so I just wanted to reel everything up, freshen up my baits here before we started the live stream. Let me see, anybody out there can see or hear me, give me some feedback. And give me there's Brett7715 says we're live. Good, there's Jeff Gibbs saying the same thing, good. There's Daniel Vaughn, Catfish Club member. All right, everybody can hear me now. Let's drop some baits down. I just reeled everything up right before time to go live, and here's just a skipjack head going down. We're gonna have 3 rods with cut skipjack, and we're gonna have 1 rod with a giant live bait. Thus far today, my action has come on cut bait. And it's been skipjack that they've been eating. I've had cut crappie out. Hasn't been hardly messed with. I had a live yellow bass on. Nothing messed with it. So that's why we're going to go 3 cut baits and 1 live bait. I do want to have a live bait on. I've got some huge crappie. And I mean, I got them. We might as well use them. You never know what's going to come swimming along that wants a crappie dinner this evening. Here he is, y'all. I'll piss some people off using that for bait, won't I? 13-inch crappie. Down he goes. Something eats that bait. If there's a fish down there big enough to get that fish in its mouth, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be the one that we want to catch. It's going to take it a second to get down there to the bottom. I'm 67 feet deep here where I'm at. And that crappie's going to be fighting that sinker the whole way down. Yeah, I'm going to let him get acclimated there, get situated while we drop this other one down. Here's our other bait. That's another chunk of skipjack going down. So we got 1 head, 2 chunks, and that live bait that I'm going to get down there eventually. I was worried he was kind of swimming out there while my sinker was dropping. I'd end up with a bunch of slack in the line. I don't want that. Get that rod back in the holder and we're going to fix this. There we go. Now that sinker finally hit bottom. All right. I think we fishing now, y'all. We fishing again. See if I got anybody actually watching up in here. Yeah, we got a bunch of people online. Let me scroll up here and see what all I've missed. There's my mama in the house. Penny in Kentucky. Fishing with Squirrel. Dale Hayslip. All right. William Bingham. There's Michael Strunk. $1.99. Says, good afternoon, Justin. Good luck today. Thank you, Michael. I feel like I've had some good luck today. Y'all going to be seeing a good video coming up here probably next week. I got a monster blue earlier. Got several other big blues. Got a nice flathead. It's been a good day out here. Now, whether or not we can keep it going on the live stream, I don't know. But it's been a good day for me thus far. Phillip Holland. Derek Parker says, how long do you think it'll take to get 1 million subs? I'll probably never get there, man. I'll be lucky to hit 150,000. Daniel Vaughn, been a member for 5 months. Thanks for being a part of the Catfish Club, Daniel. He says, glad to finally catch another live. It's been a while. I'm glad to have you here, Daniel. Thanks for stopping by. Phillip Holland said he's been thinking about me all day. Forever Fishing Illinois says, Justin, it's beautiful there. I'm looking at snow right now. It's coming our way, man. We're supposed to get some snow tomorrow night. Gonna be 60-something degrees today and tomorrow, and then snow Friday night into Saturday. Crazy weather. There's Flat Rock Flatheads. Nathan Lights. Nathan, I butcher it every time. He says, hey, buddy, have a great day. It's supposed to snow there tonight. Yeah. You're sending it our way, I guess. There's Jared Owen and Jeff Gibbs. There's my man Tom N. He's been a Catfish Club member 3 months. He says, crappie makes awesome bait. Great to see the weather getting better. Me too, man. Me too. Been a long winter. Glad to finally have some sunny, warm weather again. There's Myron High, Lauren Krug, Fishing Billy, Fishing with Rigby. Bart Frazier says crappie is too good at eating to use as bait, man. Yeah, you on the wrong channel, Bart. Around here, I like catching them big catfish, and they love some crappie. There's Brett, said 67 feet. Yeah, I'm 67 feet right now. There's Pontoon Jody. What's going on, Jody? Says, good luck, Justin. I'm on my way to Melton Hill Dam to fish a mussel bed. Awesome. Good luck. Hope you get on them. Dusty Holtz, Colton Ellison, Hunter Henderson says, what size sinkers do you use? I'm using 8 ounces today. You know, fishing deep, suspending baits. Want to keep them down there. Hey, there's Eric Romines. What's going on, Promines? The Fishy Boy, Kathleen Rose. Caitlin. I don't know how to say your damn name, Caitlin. I'm butchering it, but you know I'm talking to you. There's Danny Sanchez from Connecticut. Nathan Jordan says, when is the next video? Tomorrow. Be doing some crappie fishing in that video. Randy Shaw from Colorado. Dawson Harris. Fishing with a Rigby bag. J.R. Parrott. Thomas King. Hey, here's Sebastian from Germany. What's going on, my man? Jared Owen says, hey, did I hear you say you used to work in the medical field? Can I ask what you did? I did, yeah. I was a registered nurse. I worked ER. Did travel nursing there the last 10 years, over 10 years that I worked. So I don't miss it. That's for dang sure. Boy, I'm behind on the comments already. We just got started and I'm already behind. How is that possible? We got a bunch of people in here already. Let me see where I've left off. There's Palmetto Cats in the house and Justin Ward. Philip Reap says, he ain't been watching in months. Where the hell you been? You the reason I ain't got no views the last few months, Philip. I need you, my man. Alvin Bedgood. I could go with so many jokes with that name, but I'm not going to do it, Alvin. He says he really enjoys my shows. Thank you, man. Catfish Bandit says, hey, Justin, caught my first fish on the Golly Whopper yesterday. You'll get a kick out of it. Hope to have a video loaded tonight or tomorrow. Good luck. Well, thanks, Catfish Bandit. Glad you finally got the skunk out on that new rod. Kyle Grozer, man, I hope you get to feeling better, buddy. Let me scroll on. There's Keith Doc Reed, man. David Walker. Well, Mike Miller, you be safe on the road while you drive and listen to me. Hearing my voice nonstop make anybody want to drive into a telephone pole. Harry Anderson says, my granddaughter really enjoyed taking a photo with you at CatCon. I'm glad you brought her by the booth. I had a lot of fun meeting them kids up there. Kelly Smith says, first time getting to watch you live. Love watching your videos. Always entertaining. Well, thank you, Kelly. Chris Bell says, man, I want one of those hats. They're damn good looking hats, ain't they? Available at catfishsumo.com. Promo code Kayak will get you 10% off your order, too. You'll look good in it, Chris. Don't hesitate. Pull the trigger. Roger Carpenter. Partners in Slime says, don't shoot yourself short, bud. You make good videos and you're consistent. Keep at it. Well, thank you, buddy. There's Harvey Gagnard, says he's a new member. William Bingham says, do you ever fish towards Middle Tennessee? I don't, but I need to get out there some more. Lord, I've had some super chats pop up on there. Where the hell did they go? Have I just not got to them yet? Maybe I just ain't scrolled down far enough. That chat box is scrolling, man. Here's Big Bank Catfish and Stripe. Big Bank Catfish. It may be cutting off part of his name on there. I bet that's Striped Bass. But he gave me a 5 spot. Says, just started my catfish and YouTube journey. Inspired by you, brother. So thanks and hook some lips. Well, thank you. Thank you for that super chat and good luck with your channel. Let me see that other one before it pops off the screen. It was Daniel Vaughn, a 5 spot. Says, good luck, buddy. Go get you some moon pies. Thank you, Daniel. Lord almighty, I am way behind on the chat, y'all. I apologize. I'm just going to start picking out some comments at random. There's a lot of people that gets on me and stuff about missing comments, but boy, when it's coming like this, you just do the best you can. It's a good problem to have, though. I like having a bunch of people in here. There's Art, the 1 Ton Fishing Club. What's going on, Art? Rich Saga in the house. Landis Brown, Catfish Club member, says, hey man, good luck today. Thank you, Landis. There's James Shuey, that's another Catfish Club member, says, good luck today, Justin. Catch me a golly whopper with your golly whopper. I'm gonna try, James. I already got one here earlier today when I was filming a regular video. Art says, not on the bank today. No, I'm in the kayak today. There's Benjamin Kemp, new Catfish Club member. He says, hey man, Justin, good luck today, brother. Beautiful day in Tennessee. Well, thank you, Benjamin. Glad to have you tuned in. It is a gorgeous day here in East Tennessee. Warm, no wind. It's perfect. Been a perfect day. Wayne Stocks says it's going to be 70 degrees in Illinois next week. I think it's going to warm up here again too. We got that cold weather coming Friday night into Saturday, and I think it's going to warm right back up immediately after that. So I'm just going to get caught up on editing on Saturday. Calvin Rivas in the house. James DeForest. He says, tell me about the Catfish Club, Justin. Would like one of those hats. Oh, the hats are available at catfishsumo.com. And promo code Kayak gets you 10% off your order there. The Catfish Club is just kind of a thing here for the live stream audience, people that want to help support my channel. It puts a little icon next to your name. So days like right now when the chat box is scrolling on me and I can't keep up, I can pull out those people who are club members due to that icon and, you know, help make sure I try to get as many of those as possible. But thank you for your interest in it. Where did I go? Brady Parrish says, loves to eat crappie, but more than willing to put one on a hook. Me too. I'm always willing to put one on a hook. There's Mike Porter from Wisconsin. What's going on, Mike? Shannon Vaughn from Arkansas. Robert Hill has a question. He says, what is your solution for not losing as many weights? I use 80-pound braid for my main line, 50-pound mono for my leader, but my braid always breaks before my leader. I mean, Robert, it kind of sounds like your braid's braid's not very abrasion resistant. So it sounds like you're fishing some rough areas there, and I bet your braid is probably getting nicked in rocks and hard bottom and stuff, and that's probably what's causing it to break before your leader. Boy, somebody's hollering up here. Somebody must have caught them a whopper up there by the island, man. They going, I don't know if you can hear them on the microphone, but boy, they excited about something. I hope we're that excited at some point here during this live stream. Let's see. Jared Owen said he's also an RN. Yeah, man, I don't envy you right now. I'd sure rather be out here fishing than doing that crap again, especially with all the pandemic and everything that's been going on the last couple of years. Hard times for my nursing peeps. David Walker from Texas in the house. Lacey Gearhart says, have you ever thought of going for smaller kitties for the purpose of catch and cook? No, and that's simply for, Lacey, simply for the reason around here our water's contaminated and these catfish aren't safe to eat. There's advisories up everywhere. So not safe for me to do that. If I lived somewhere where they were edible, I'd absolutely do it. Them catch and cook videos do really well. Hell, I lost my spot again. This Will Defend 35 has bought a Hobie kayak and have not gone catfishing out of it yet, but have trolled for trout and walleye. I'm glad you got a Hobie, man. They're fun kayaks. Setting in one today here. Joshua Russell says, do you ever use shiners? I do sometimes, not for cats, but for other stuff. Keith Doc Reed says he'll be at CatCon in October. I don't know if I will be or not out there in Kansas City. I got to talk with Daniel there from Catfish Sumo and see if he's going and all that. If he don't go, I probably won't go. But we'll see. Tom N said his super chats aren't going through. You bouncing checks, Tom. You better call the bank now. Jeffrey Lewis from Oklahoma. Chairman Fishing just said, just came in. Have you called any? Not yet. We've been live about 15, 16 minutes here. And then I got a bunch here before I went live, though. So hopefully I ain't sore-lipped them all. Anglerholics in the house. Let me scroll on down here. Russell Smith said, let's get the line all slimed up. I'm hoping so, man. Nathan Jordan says, how old are you? Just turned 40 over the weekend. There's Keith Doc Reed says, smash the thumbs up. Absolutely. I don't know if a thumbs up does anything for my channel, but it don't hurt, that's for sure. Oh. Up. Keith, we got something happening here. He's swimming with that line now. You tell him to eat that bait or leave it the hell alone. One of the two. We don't want this testing it, chewing on its stuff today. We don't want none of that crap. I want them baits down there in good condition. I'm gonna put this back in the chest and we just gonna, he let it go then. He listened to me. He thought better of it and decided to leave it alone. Smart fish. I'd have poked him in the jaw and he wouldn't have been a bit of fun to catch. Let's see. River Addict, a 5-spot. Thank you, buddy. Says our rivers are frozen solid here still. Nice to see you're on some hungry ones. Yeah, River Addict's up there in North Dakota with K&K Fishing Adventures. It's still miserable cold up there. There's Ian Brown. Albert Heisel says, what do you think of the Catfish Hall of Fame? I didn't know there was one, Albert. This is news to me. Brady Parrish says, have you ever fished Arkansas? I have not. Hopefully someday. I'll scroll on down. Ryan McKim 113 says, love your content. Do you freeze your bait or is it always fresh? I do a little both. I try to use fresh whenever possible. That's the goal. But I do keep some in the freezer just for hard times. Let me scroll on down. A lot of people asking how I'm doing. Slab Slayer says, I'd pay to see a full-on bass-only live bait, cut bait video and not just baby bass, good-sized keeper fish. But if I catch some, we'll do it. I don't catch a lot of big bass, but it don't hurt my feelings to put one on a hook. There's Rob Chesta. Glad to have you in here, buddy. Douglas Medlin made it to a live stream. Glad to have you here, Douglas. There's Tom in. He says, test, my super chats aren't going through. That one went through, Tom. I see it. Clinton Wilkins just got off the water. Let me scroll on down. Ted says, come to Kansas City, Justin. I will bring 5 friends and we will buy 3 Golly Whoppers apiece. Ted, you about to talk me into it now. That might be enough to motivate me to do it. There's some people saying happy birthday. Thank y'all. There's Tom back with another 5 spot. He says it's working now. Hey, there's Myra. What's going on, Myra? Fishing with Squirrel says, Justin, where's your pro moderator been? Did you fire him? Squirrel, I have fired pro moderator about 12 times already, but he keeps showing up. I need to get him back on here again, I guess, since people are asking about it. He's been doing some bass tournaments. He went and fished the ones down there in Texas. He did one of the Hobie ones. He did that BASS one there. He's been stinking it up this year. He's all butthurt about it. He's just getting whooped at every bass tournament he goes to. He can't catch nothing. I've been giving him hell about it. We'll have to bleep everything he says out next time we go live because he's been so tore up about them bass. Timothy Key says, when do you start getting flatheads again after the winter? We never really stop getting them. The bite does slow January, February, early March. I did get one out here earlier today, so it's starting to pick back up. But usually by April, the bite's going good, and it'll go good through November. Well, I got some super chats coming in here, y'all. I'm going to have to skip on down. There's Pure Catfish. 5 Spot says, come up to Kansas and fish Milford Lake. I'd like to someday. Milford's got a great reputation for some big cats. Thank you for that super chat. Noah V in the house. Let me scroll on down and hit these super chats before they fall off the screen. Richie Deaton, a 20 spot, says $20 for a 20+ flathead. I hope we can make it happen for you there, Richie. I hope we can. Thank you for that super chat. There's my man Ed from Oklahoma. He says, listening in at work, catch some big ones. We're taking the new kayaks out this weekend. Well, good luck, Ed. I hope you and Aviana do. Aviana. I don't know how to properly say it, Ed. I'm so sorry. But I hope you have a great weekend and catch some big fish out there. Ed just bought one of my Golly Whopper rods, too. He's going to catch some big fish on that rod. There's my man, Corey Hardy. 20 spot says, glad to catch another live. Enjoy, be safe, and as always, be safe on the water, my friend. Thank you so much, Corey. I hope we get on some fish out here in this live stream. I've had a hell of a day before this, so hopefully we keep it going here. Russell Smith says, happy birthday. 618 says, will you ever come to the St. Louis area? I don't have any plans, but I'll hopefully make it out there someday. Let me scroll on down. I think I've missed some more. Penny in Kentucky says, I've forgotten what you have out for bait other than crappie. 3 other rods baited with skipjack right now, Penny. And then the 1 live crappie. There is Vivi Saldana, my truck driving friend from West Texas. He says, hello there, buddy. Just got online. Catch me a whopper, sir. Where's your glove to handle them cats? Haven't seen you putting it on lately. Thanks for all the videos, buddy. God bless. God bless you, Vivi. Well, thank you so much, Vivi. Yeah, I got the glove. It's somewhere. There's that old nasty thing right there. I've had to use it a little bit out here today. I've been needing it today. Thanks for that super chat, Vivi. You be safe on the road now. There's Daniel Lyons, pro neighbor, heard me giving pro moderator hell. Pro neighbor, you call pro moderator and let him know I'm talking some serious smack about him on here. Tell him don't bother calling me because I got my phone on Do Not Disturb. I put it on Do Not Disturb because of him interrupting the live streams in the past. There's Stephen Yoder from the James River. I may have to hit him up. Coach Shane said he would have said something on the morning show. I could have been on the radio getting a happy birthday shout out, y'all. James Tarpenen said he'd buy some rods if I come to Kansas City. I may end up out there, y'all. Ryan says, does your frozen bait work better in the winter or do you have confidence in frozen bait all year? Again, I'd rather have fresh bait anytime, but you know, I'll throw frozen bait whenever, but I don't know that there's a certain season that it works better than the other. Chris Bell says, ever been fishing in Texas? No, but I'm planning on coming down there this fall in either late September, October, in that time period. I'm going to go on a Texas tour. Zach Carter, what's the prices on your gollywhopper rod? You can find all that info out there at catfishsumo.com, man. Albert Highsall says, stay 40 for 5 years. I told the girlfriend when we celebrated my birthday the other night, I said, I'm not 40, I'm just turning 34 for the 6th time. Chuck Goodwin says, great to see you live again. Thanks, Chuck. Brokeback Bob in the house says, what's the count so far? 0 on the live stream. I don't know how many before the live stream, several. I had a good day out here. I had a video film that's probably 30 plus minutes long. And so I said, well, instead of making an hour-long video, why don't I just wrap up the regular filming and go live? And so that's what we're doing. Philip H. says, I had a feeling today would be a good fishing day just because of the cold stretch coming this weekend. Yeah, I'm wondering what tomorrow is going to do, Philip, you know, ahead of that front. I'm going to go out in the morning and do some crappie fishing, and then as long as the wind ain't bad, I'll probably fish for cats in the afternoon. I'm on a good crappie bite right now. I got to take advantage. Michael Strunk says, you still need to touch Pro Moderator's drum set. Step Brothers reference, I love it. Cookies Outdoors says, do you have any interest in catching state record fish in your home state? Well, I mean, it'd be nice to hook one that big. I don't ever weigh nothing. I don't even have a scale with me, so I wouldn't be able to weigh it, but I'd have a dang good time reeling it in. We got Dakota Spradlin says, got snow and cold weather there. With blue skies and fishing on, yeah, it's nice here today. We got that cold weather coming though. Let me move on down here. Alvin Reeves said he gonna order 4 gollywhoppers. Heck yeah, man, get you that whole set. Tom A in the house. We got Tom in and Tom A in here. Matt Carrier says, happy birthday. What is your recommendation on reels for gollywhopper rods? Well, thank you, Matt. You know, reels are such a personal preference thing. I'm using the Shimano Takotas now. I really like them. I used Daiwa Seagates before this. They were great. I've used Abu Garcia Ambassadors. I've used the Bass Pro Catmax. You know, it really just depends on your style of fishing as to what kind of reels that you're going to want. 618 says the fish are camera shy. They wasn't earlier. I got a whopper earlier. A few more good fish. Kevin's Trophy Catton says those Shimano reels look huge. No, not really. These are low profile reels. You know, there's my hand on it there for reference. They hold a lot of line. They got a wide spool, but they're a little bit compact reel. Fishing with Big Mike has rejoined the Catfish Club. Glad to have you back, Big Mike. Thanks for joining, buddy. Keith no, Keith, my birthday was Saturday on the 5th. Douglas Mellon said you go live and you jinx yourself. That's the truth. Happens all the time. We'll have fun hanging out even if the fish don't cooperate. I'm going to stay live till probably about 6 o'clock. I got a good haul to get back to the car. I'm about 30 minutes away from where I launched, so I got to get out of here before it gets dark tonight because I don't have a working light right now. My 360 light is either needs the battery changed or it needs a new light, one of the two. So since I'm so far away from the car and got to cross the channel to go back, I need to leave out of here before dark. Tony Cooper, a 5-spot. Thank you, Tony. Says, love your channel. How long does your battery last? Do you use only one? Does Spot Lock draw it down fast? Looking to sell my flat bottom boat and get a kayak. Well, thank you for the super chat there, Tony. So to answer your question, I have 2 batteries. I have one for my trolling motor. It's a 100 amp hour lithium battery, and it will last me about 2 trips. I usually charge it every other trip. And so I go full speed to wherever I'm going, Spot Lock for the duration of my trip, full speed back to the car usually. That's my average trip. Now, I'm able to go every other trip because of how I fish. Now, if I was in heavier current and that Spot Lock was working more, I may need to charge every trip. But, you know, for my needs, 100 amp hour is good for every other. My other battery is a 30 amp hour that I run my live scope and electronics with. And I can get about 2 trips on it also. Smoky Mountain Cat King says he's going to be fishing through the cold. You can have it Saturday, buddy. When it's cold, that cold, I'm staying at the house. They postponed our bass tournament. I was going to fish the Fishing for Soldiers bass tournament Saturday. And they thankfully postponed it because of the extreme cold coming. There's Greenwell fishing. I'd rather be striper fishing. Says, what's the river and creek temps? Right now, here in the main channel, 55 degrees. When I was in the backwaters there a couple days ago, it was 58. It's probably warmer than that now. 334 Outdoors, $4.99 says, baseball is back. Just need you to catch some carp and most will be right with the world again. I hadn't heard the baseball news. They must have announced that today. Thank you for that super chat. I actually went carp fishing 2 days last week and caught 1 carp. I stunk it up. I think I would have done good in one spot, but the HOA, Homeowners Association, got mad at me. They run me out of there. They didn't like me being pulled up on the bank in front of their house. I'm going to be doing some more carp fishing this spring. There's Mark Sawinski from Pittsburgh. I don't know who's going to be the Steelers quarterback this year. That's going to be hard times for them. Derek Parker says, does your girlfriend or parents like to fish or just watch you fish? My dad does a little bit. My mom and girlfriend don't fish, though. There's Tom Ian, back with another 5. He says, found the problem. My bank was trying to block it. Well, they must think you're embezzling money or something, Tom. You tell your bank who's boss. You got to make it rain on me now. 618 Outdoors, he just got his first kayak. He's a little hesitant about drilling into it for an anchor trolley. Have any recommendations on good anchor trolleys? Well, I tell you, everybody's fearful of drilling into the kayaks when they first get them, but you'll get over that quick. Just drill above the water line. And when you put your bolt in there for the anchor trolley, put a little silicone around there and make sure it's tightened down real good, but you'll be fine with it. Don't worry about drilling. And as far as anchor trolleys, they're all the same. It's whatever brand you get. Some are more expensive than others, but it's just a trolley. Don't spend a fortune on it, on one of these big name brand ones. Cup of Dylan says, where are you from? I like the accent. I'm from the hills of Tennessee, buddy. Hey, there's my man, Matt Holachek, 1999. He says, hey there, Justin. Normally, I like to do a shout out to all the troops and first responders, but how about one for the families of all the servicemen and women out there? The families are all under a lot of stress lately. Absolutely, Matt. Thank you so much for that. And shout out to the troops and first responders, and especially all their families at home, worried about them while they're out doing their thing. It's troubling times right now with everything going on over there in Ukraine, and probably a matter of time before we get more involved with that. So yeah, definitely big shout out to the troops for what they're going through right now and what they may go through here in the coming weeks. There's Tom back, says, what I was trying to say, I finally got my golly whopper rods in. Don't get off for a week and a half. Can't wait to use them. Man, I hope you catch some big ones when you out there and finally do get to use them, Tom. Thanks for buying them things, man. James Tarpening, $4.99, says, you ever thought or wanted to try snagging spoonbill using live scope? You know, that's a good idea, James. I don't like going out and trying to snag spoonbill because it's just so dang exhausting. I tried it once and my shoulder was killing me after about 20, 30 minutes, and I said, heck with this crap. But you know, with the live scope, that's something right there, James. We may touch on that again here during spoonbill season. I don't know when it is this year. Probably into April, into May is when it usually is. That's a good idea, James. Oh. Well, we got one hitting here. Let me get the camera back in the chest. See if he's still there. Come on, fish. Let's get the live stream skunk out. If I can get my mouth to work right. Sometimes my brain tells me what words to say, but my mouth don't always get them right. This ain't a very big fish. I'm gonna slow down with him though. When he's getting pulled up from 67 feet deep. I'm fishing a creek mouth today. And it has been a good day. For those of you just tuning in, this is gonna be the first fish on the live stream. I filmed a regular video before I went live. And this fish right here wouldn't have made that other video because I caught some dang good fish earlier. And hopefully we're going to get some more working through this creek mouth at some point in time while we live. But this one, I hate to even dedicate this fish to somebody as small as he is. At least he's going to give us the bait back. That's nice of him. Thank you, fish. Appreciate you giving me the bait back. You get back down there and you tell your kinfolk I got plenty more baits for them too. Send that back down. That skipjack's got it done for me today, y'all. I had skipjack out, I've had crappie out, I had a live yellow bass earlier. I caught one fish on a piece of crappie. Everything else come on skipjack. My big fish earlier, or my biggest fish earlier, was caught on a skipjack head. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. What all did I miss? Did I miss anything in the chat while we was fooling with that thing? Yeah, our big Mike said there's plenty of current down there. I bet there is. They've been moving some water. They've got Fort Loudon almost back down to Winter Pool again up here, Mike. And then I'm on Watts Bar today, and it's only down a couple feet maybe. So they're going to be sending a lot more water down your way too. Let me see, Greenwell Fishing, talking to Hooks and Hammocks. There's Chris with Hooks and Hammocks. What's going on, Chris? And Telly, if Telly's watching too. Catfish Izzle, if I say it right, in the house. Catfish Club member. Douglas Medlin says if you had one of them $100,000 bass boats, they would have let you stay. I couldn't afford the gas in them things right now. Kayak don't cost a dime in gas. Daniel Vaughn says, have you moved your live scope yet? I have not. It's still sitting up there in my way. It's just these, the problem with the live scope, with the way they've currently got it, is these things are made for boats. And I need a way to be able to disconnect this thing. I want to be able to run my wires internally. But if I do that, then I can't take the live scope transducer off if I run my wires out internally. And if I go to a hotel or something, I don't want that $1,500 transducer just sitting out in a kayak, in a hotel parking lot. So I have to keep this wiring as such to where I can be able to remove things, which means I'm going to have wires coming out of the kayak somewhere. And I think I'm going to move it over here. I think I'm going to put it where my old graph was, have one wire going from here back behind me, have a different battery box here behind the seat, and then I wouldn't have any cords here in the floor in front of me. So it's all up here. It's just a matter of doing it. Fishing Big Mike says Chickamauga's rolling 83,000. I believe it. Probably going to be like that for the next few weeks, I bet. Ben Holland says, do you know the comedian Theo Vaughn? I do not. They closed our comedy club down in Knoxville a couple of years back. I used to like going up there all the time. Lil Dewey says, serving AD overseas. I appreciate all the support you guys are showing. Can't wait to get back to the States and get on some fish once again. Hey, be safe over there, man. Thanks for what you do. Matt Holochek says, dedicate that fish to pro moderator. That small catfish we just got is bigger than anything pro moderator has seen in his bass tournaments the last few weeks. He has stunk it up, man. He ought to be embarrassed to come on this live stream with me again with his performances. I told him I can't even be his friend if he don't start scoring and fishing them things. Half Century Catfishing, a 5-spot says, hello, Justin. I just bought a golly whopper. Awesome, man. I hope you like it. Hope you catch some golly whoppers on it. Thank you for the super chat, too. Zach Carter has a good question. He says, your old reels do 24, or I get it out, does 48 inches per handle turn. What do the reels I'm using now do? These are 38 inches per handle turn. So a little bit slower. But again, I kind of like let me get on this side here where the light's better. I like the lower profile. They're not as tall as my Daiwa Seagates. And this handle, it's got a bigger grip over here and it sticks out a little farther. And so I kind of find them a little bit more comfortable to use. Not that the Seagates were uncomfortable. They're great reels. But they just, it was time. They're a couple years old. I hadn't ever done any maintenance on them. It was time to either do some maintenance or replace them. And I'd heard good things about these from some striper fishermen. And so I'll just try them and see how it goes. And so far, I'm liking them. Oh, somebody was saying back pole. Maybe I'm just way behind in the chat. Maybe that's it. Y'all got to tell me now if I'm getting bit. I get to talking sometimes and don't notice. Tom in 5 spots says rain. I like it. Tom makes it rain on me. Penny in Kentucky said, did you catch some tourney-worthy cats? Yes, Penny. I've got 3 on my score. I got 3 out of the 7 I need now, all over 29 inches. So I'm making some progress on it, Penny. Slowly but surely. Steven Stanton says, I'm the best. Well, thank you. You got good taste in catfishing. Jonah Moore says, have you ever thought of rigging a John boat? I had a John boat a few years ago. Did some bow fishing with it. Did some catfishing with it too, but I like the kayak thing, man. Way more fun in a kayak. There's Spider Skull HD. Says, glad to see you out today. I'm glad to be out, man. There's Sandra, Florida Channel Catfishing. Says, hey, Justin, any fish? Yeah, we got one on the live stream so far. Several before then. Ken says, I'm back a ways. I am back a ways, ain't I? I need to scroll on down here, y'all. There's Tom Beck says, rain from the local mouses here. Yeah, them girls at the mouses here, I probably made more today than what they will on a weekend shift up there. I used to be friends with a feller. His wife was a former stripper. I don't think she worked at the mouses here, though. I think she was working at the Catch back in the day. We used to have a joke for that one called the Catch. It was on Level Road. It's shut down now, but the joke was if you went to the Catch, you'd end up catching something. But where was I going with that? Oh, the money. His wife said that their best days at the strip club was always on Sundays after church. That's when they made the most money, was Sunday afternoons and Sunday nights. After church crowd, they called it. ProMine says he's got a guy he calls Penny at work. That's about all he's worth. I heard that's what they call you, ProMines. The Fishy Boy says, have you ever thought about using bullheads as bait? We don't have a good population of bullheads around here. There are some places here, but not out here where I typically fish. Cody Reese says, you said the poles are also meant for spinning reels. Does that mean the eye guides are bigger? Yes. We designed these rods to be able to accommodate casting or spinning reels, because we didn't want to be, we didn't want to have people, not everybody out there fishes with casting reels like I do, so we didn't want to alienate anybody. So, biggest thing is, these rods with a spinning reel on, the logo will be on the bottom of the rod instead of right side up. Scott said I had a bite on the back pole. He'll come back if he wants it, I guess. Probably another dink. Chris Bell says, what's your longest cat ever? I don't know. The longest one I measured for a tournament was 50 inches. But I've caught some bigger than that. There's Country Boy Catfishing. Junior Burning. Douglas says, if you don't like them, you can always sign them and put them on eBay. That's the truth. Tyler Dobbs says, enjoy watching your videos and meeting you at the Catfish Conference. I appreciate you stopping by the booth, man. There's Sean Chili in the house. Yeah, I was doing good earlier, Sean. Then I went live, and it's been the kiss of death. I ain't got but one dink so far since I've been live. Let me see. Let me scroll on down. There's another one from Tom. Says, rain from the church crowd. Yeah, that girl, man, she swore by that. She loved working Sunday nights. Adam Mead says, catch a hog from New Hampshire. Here's one from Japan, y'all. Yaz 882 2 million, however many zeros it is on there, from Japan. I don't know if I've ever had anybody watching from Japan before. That's pretty cool. There's Shade Tree Catfishing. Jerry Ward, you ain't missed a thing, man. We've been live, looks like 49 minutes, but you ain't missed nothing thus far. I must have caught all the fish before I went live. Kayak Cowboy from Kansas City. Spider Skull HD says, Justin, the Golly Whopper rod goes well with the Kayak Catfish cap. I bet that does look good, don't it? That's a hell of a combination. Hell of a combination up there. If I remember correctly, he's from Wisconsin, I believe. Cody Bogus from Pennsylvania. Ron German. Donald Votberg says, what bait you using? We got some skipjack going down right here. That's a nice takedown. That's a nice takedown. That's a nice takedown right there. He's going to pull a little drag too. That's going to pull a little bit. All right, well, for those of you that stuck around a little while, I don't know how many people we got watching, but you're finally going to get to see a decent fish here. I caught several fish today before I went live. We got a probably 30-minute video from today's trip. And then I decided, well, I done so good, I might as well just go live while I'm on the fish. And since I went live, we ain't hardly done worth a crap. But this one here is going to be worth seeing on the video. He's pulling a little bit. I think it's a blue. I feel him rolling. I'm just going to play him out here, let him do his thing. I'm in 67 feet in an old creek mouth. I'm on Watts Bar, and this is a reservoir. And all this was flooded way back before I was ever born. But there was an old creek channel that flowed in to the river right here where I'm at. And these fish, they come out of the main river channel up into this creek, and they follow this path, and they got to go through my baits to get in or out. I love fishing places like this. It's one of those situations, if you told me I could only fish one type of place the rest of my life, it would be creek mouths. And it's been productive today. I hope this is another whopper and we get it up here. It's coming slowly but surely. Come on, fishy people's waiting on you. They ain't got time for this crap. You got to get on up here now. This is a nice takedown. We're getting close now. Oh, he's going to take back off too. He's going to take back off. Yep, he ain't done. We got y'all wave to this bass boat going by. We don't want him to see we got any fish over here. He probably thinks I'm reeling up a turtle or something. And bass boat, he don't want to catch no catfish. It gets slime on his pretty carpet. From the time he come on the screen to get over there, I bet he burned about $13 in gas. It's going to be a good fish, y'all. Seeing some bubbles there. Those are some big bubbles coming up too. Come on, fish, where you at? Where you at? Nice blue. Nice blue cat. Very nice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come over here, fish. Come over here. Y'all, I can't see the chat box, but I'm going to play this fish out in just a little while here, because you get one this big, I bring him into green, and he starts thrashing in the kayak, we're in trouble. He's going to do some damage. So I like to just play them out a little bit here in the water, just kind of tire them down. They're in the water, they can still breathe and everything. It's just safer on the fish if they don't go crazy inside the kayak, and definitely safer on me and my gear. That's a dang good fish right there, man. I was hoping to get some more of them on the live stream. Heck yeah. On a skipjack chunk. All right, all everyone's asking about my glove. Here it is. We're going to use it on this thing. Let's get him over here. Come on, fish. It's time for the hero shot. You're making me look like I'm a better fisherman than I am, fish. I appreciate your efforts. Come on in. All right, all right. Oh, yep. I got my live bait tank here. Takes up all my floor space. Get that hook out. I'm gonna fix this camera around. Get my pliers on it there. I don't know what that is. It looks like some other kind of bass fishing line or something. What is that? He's got line coming out of him. He may have swallowed a crappie jig or something. There's fishing line coming out of him. I'm gonna just snip this line here. He's probably got a hook down in there in his gills or something, but that's a very light line. That looks like 2 or 4 pound line. All right, that's a big fish, y'all. That is a big fish. Can y'all bear with me? I think my camera lens is dirty. All right, maybe it's just my screen that's dirty. Let me put this camera up here. All right, we'll get us a hero shot. Got the sun behind me. That's all right. Okay, there it is. Nice, y'all. That's a nice blue cat. Nice blue cat, man. Thick fish, solid fish. I've had a dang good day out here, y'all. Y'all gonna see a good video from today's trip before I went live. I got one even bigger than this earlier. Awesome. I'll find somebody to dedicate this fish to here in a minute. Who's that super chat popped up? All right, it scrolled past. There's Matt Holochek saying, woo. This one's for you, Matt Holochek. He super chatted me there earlier. That's for you, buddy. All right, let's let it go. Okay. How you going? Nice blue cat, man. That's why I wanted to go live. I said, I got my other video filmed, probably 30 plus minutes long. I've been getting fish like that today. I said, let's go live and try to make it happen. We've been live for 57 minutes. Couldn't hardly catch diddly poo-poo before that fish, just one dink. But these creek mouths right now, the bite's on fire. You put time into these spots, you're gonna get bit. Let me get into the bait on here, y'all, and I'll get back to the chat. That's fun, man. When that rod went down, I was like, that's a good fish right there. Let's get my skippy here. Cut me a chunk of it. That's what he ate, was the chunk. Hey, while I'm cutting this bait, y'all just admire this good-looking hat on my head. They're available at catfishsumo.com. You know you need one. This hat's probably the reason why I caught that fish. Those statements are not approved by the FDA, but that's what we're going to say anyway. I'll hook the bait up, drop it down, and we're going to be fishing again. All right, next bait. Man, that's fun, y'all. That never gets old right there. Got me a whopper on the golly whopper. All right, get that back. Put my bait back in the cooler there. Okay, well, I feel a little bit better about the live stream now. I was a little worried that I just jinxed the bite when I went live, but I definitely feel better about it now. Get my cord plugged back in. All right. Boy, I have missed a bunch here while I was doing that. Let me see. I'm going to scroll up here, hit these super chats, and I'm going to go down and get caught up on this chat. There was, where'd that and go? That was Tom. What'd Tom say? He said 20 spot for the golly whopper. Heck yeah, Tom. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let me scroll on down and get the next one there. There's Tom again. It says 5 spot for bend that rod biggin. Tom again with a 10 says, you should do a show in Texas. A lot of followers from Texas. Yeah, I'm going to this fall, Tom. It's coming. I'm going to hit a few different bodies of water down there. There's Cody with a 5. Says, hey, bud, you should come up to Pennsylvania sometime and fish the Susquehanna. I just might. I know some of my bass fishing friends have went up there and done real good on the smallmouth. Steven said, nice, it looked like 40 plus inches. It probably was. It's probably over 40 inches. Tom says, Timothy, his gear's in the video description. Well, thanks, Tom. Thanks for letting them know. There's Sandra, Florida Channel Catfishing, says, 10 spot here, kitty kitty. Thank you, Sandra. Penny in Kentucky says, is the crappie still swimming? Let me see if I can shine the live scope over there. I'm going to raise that rod up there. Right there it is. Yeah. Yeah, that crappie's still down there. Something's liable to come along and eat it. We got it down there just in case. There's Matt Holochek, been a Catfish Club member from the beginning, 6 months. He says, I got a game for y'all. I'll donate 20 bucks to Justin for the next person to join the Catfish Club. You know, Matt, I feel like I'm a winner no matter who plays the game. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you for being a Catfish Club member. Tom says 460 viewers. That's awesome. Yeah, it looks like we still got 439 in here. I hadn't looked at that in a while. Didn't know how many we had while I was reeling that fish in. Mike Wheeler says, camera's out of focus even for the fish. Well, you know, hard times, Mike, hard times. I'm a one-man film crew. Greenwell Fishing says, drifting or anchored up in that creek mouth. I am just spot locked here. There's Brokeback Bob, been a member for 5 months. He says, check out the rain gear in the description. Excellent rain gear. Well, thank you, Brokeback Bob. He's probably talking about my bibs, which I got on today. Great for blocking that catfish slime, too. Well, I missed a bunch of comments, y'all, while I was dealing with that fish. I apologize. We'll get it. We'll get it here directly. Jonah Morris says, join the Catfish Club. Thank you so much, Jonah. Glad to have you, my friend. Here's Kelly Davis with a 5 spot. Says, hey, Justin, I'm new to catching blues, and that big boy you just caught is my goal. I've learned a lot from you here in LC. I'm assuming you mean Lenoir City. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you for watching, Kelly. Thank you for the super chat. There's lots of good fishing right there in Lenoir City, if that's what LC means. Octopus Zulu has joined the Catfish Club too. Glad to have you. That's a pretty awesome name, Octopus Zulu. That's pretty cool. Douglas Medlin says, that's a way to bust the jinx. That's the truth. The jinx is off the live stream now. Roy Dean says, come to Missouri and do some catfishing on Truman Lake, or Truman and Lake of the Ozarks. Yeah, I'm going to hopefully get out there and do some crappie fishing with Mike Baker at some point. Octopus Zulu says, there's your membership, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Glad to have you. Tom says it topped out at 471 while you was cranking in that monster. That's cool. Fishing's fun. Doing it in front of live audiences. Something gives it something extra. Hey, thanks, Mike C. Chris Bell says, I need a Kayak Catfish long sleeve shirt in the store. I think there's one in there, unless they removed it. Thanks, James Shuey. Hey, there's Matt Holochek. He followed through. He's a man of his word, y'all. He says, Jonah Morris and Octopus Zulu, here's for you. Thank you so much, Matt. That's so generous of you. Getting me more members. He's helping me out. I appreciate the heck out of you, Matt. JKL411, $5 says, you are the man. I'm afraid to go for the monsters on my kayak. I feel like I'm going to roll even with the smaller fish. Well, thank you for that super chat. That feeling of tipping over is half the fun. There's Kevin Holmgren. Tom back with a 20 says, Matt is cover the first new member. I'll cover the 20 for the octopus for the cool name. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tom. That's so nice of you, man. There's Sean Chili back with a 10 spot. Says, just happened to be wearing my Kayak Catfish hoodie when I got the live stream notification. Here's some love for the Golly Whopper. Woo! Nature Boy Ric Flair. Thank you, Sean. You wearing that hoodie's probably what brought me the good luck to catch the dang Golly Whopper, man. Thank you for that, buddy. There's Jonah Morris. Thank you so much, Jonah. I appreciate you joining the club, man. There's Fishing with Steve Mosley. There's Paul Boyd. He's been a member for 5 months. He says, nice fish a few minutes ago. Thank you so much, Paul. Thanks for sticking with me this long, man. I know it's been a long winter. I ain't put out a whole lot of content this winter just because, well, I ain't done a lot of fishing, you know, and when I have, I ain't done particularly good. I'm a terrible wintertime fisherman, but now that we're getting on into spring, weather's getting better, fishing's getting better, I'll be cranking it out again here real soon. Oh, sorry, Caven. I mispronounced your name. There's Holochak back with another $10. Says, being a member of the Catfish Club, members, super chats, likes, and new subscribers help Justin do what we love to watch him do. It absolutely does. Yeah, everything's a big help, man. I appreciate that. Y'all helping me live the dream out here. There's Brother Nature Fishing in the house. Says, good luck out there, Justin. Thank you, man. Ron German says, thank you about what you said about the first responders. I'm one myself. Well, thank you, Ron. Thanks for what you do, man. Y'all are the real heroes. Not people like me out here fishing on a live stream. That's for dang sure. Mahdi Iraqi? I can't say your name. He says, nice time. Thank you, buddy. Keith Doc Reed says, a lot of members in the house. Yeah, we got several people in here tonight. It's awesome. I like interacting with you all. Junior Burnin says, how many so far? Just got in officially. One small and one whopper so far. Jonah Morris says, what's a good kayak for fly fishing? There's actually a kayak called the Jackson Mayfly. And they made that kayak specifically for fly fishing. It's got a clean open deck so that your line don't get caught on everything. And very stable. You can stand in it and cast. There's a guy called Lookin' Fishy on YouTube. He's a fly fisherman. I watch his stuff. I'm not into fly fishing. I tried it last fall. I suck at it. I'll never do it again. But I like Lookin' Fishy's YouTube videos. He's really good. And I think he fishes out of one of those Jackson Mayflies sometimes when he's on fishing for carp and stuff. Gil Reineke says, when do catfish typically spawn? Here in East Tennessee where I live, it's usually June. The month of June here is usually bad for big fish. They're usually on the nest. Now, it could start late May. It could start early June. Just kind of depends on the weather and water conditions. But usually June's kind of knocked out for us here. Mike Newhouse has joined the club. Thank you so much, Mike. Glad to have you, man. Timothy Key, I don't know what my biggest flathead is. I caught several big ones. Ryan and Allie Dissing That, a 5-spot, says, I've been looking for a kayak setup similar to yours, but having a hard time finding anything decent. Enjoy your time out there. Well, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, kayaks right now with everything going on is hard to get. You know, there was kind of some supply issues with the pandemic. A lot of these manufacturers got behind on production, and then now with the gas prices, everybody's getting into kayak fishing. So there's not a lot of stuff out there. James Tarpinen, a 5-spot, says, gotta go, love your videos, catch another whopper. Thank you, James. Appreciate you being here, man. David Floyd has joined the club. Thank you so much, David. Glad to have you part of the Catfish Club, man. There's Holocheck back with another $4.99. Says, welcome to the Catfish Club, Mike. Thanks. Well, thank you, Matt. He's a good man. I don't care what they say about him. No, Matt's a former Marine. He's a police officer up there in New York right now. He's doing the whole serve and protect thing up there, and he's got my admiration and respect. I sure as heck couldn't do it. Douglas Mellon said, you did your time in the hospitals. I did a long time. I was an LPN from 2004 to 2009, and then an RN from 2009 until I quit to do YouTube. So I may have to go back to it someday, but I'm enjoying my time away. There's Tom. 10 spots says, for all the guys that are hesitant on becoming a member, it's totally worth the cost when you get to order from Catfish Sumo and get 15% off your orders with free shipping. You know, Tom, that's a great segue. Thank you for your super chat. I forgot we got all these new members. So all you new members, go to the community tab on my YouTube channel. There's a list there of some discount codes I've got for y'all. One of them is Catfish Sumo. There's a discount code, gets you 15% off your order. No minimum orders. You could buy a pack of hooks for $3 or whatever they cost. And it's 15% off and free shipping. And there's some other codes on there. I think I got one for Mustad. And I'm drawing a blank off the top of my head, but it's on the community tab there. So thank you all so much for joining the club. I hope them discounts help you out there. Holocheck, $5 says, welcome, David. Man, Holocheck's loading me up. Him and Tom, man. Cody Bogus, a 5-spot, says, question for you. I don't have a boat or anything. I do a lot of bank catfishing. What are some good baits to use when catfishing from the bank? Oh, thank you for that, Cody. You know, baits from the bank aren't really any different than baits from a kayak or boat. You just want to use what's native to the waters you're fishing. So if you're in an area like here, skipjack and shad are the predominant kind of bait species. And so we use a lot of that, but, you know, a lot of places, if you've got bluegill or, you know, whatever's legal to use, that's the big thing, whatever's legal to use in your state. But if it's swimming in your body of water, there's catfish eating it. And so I would tell you to use just fresh bait, whatever you can catch there at wherever you're fishing at. Tim Hull saying everybody hit the like button. Heck yeah. Shane Smith in the house. There's Vivi Saldana back with another $9.99. He says, so sorry I didn't say happy birthday. My birthday was on the 1st. Happy birthday, buddy. Well, thank you, Vivi, and happy birthday to you. Me and you's both getting old. I'm trying to put it off as long as I can, but it's happening whether I want to or not. Holocheck and says, and that's true. I couldn't imagine being an RN right now. We all play a part in society, brother. It don't work without all of us. That's true. Everybody from school teachers, truck drivers, people at the grocery stores. I mean, everybody's got it rough right now with everything going on. Everybody's under stress at some point in their life, you know. But, you know, the people that's out there laying their lives on the lines, the military and police and first responders and all that, firefighters, y'all are something special. There's Chris with Hooks and Hammocks putting the club membership thing up there. Thank you, Chris. There's Patrick Pittman with $2. Thank you, Patrick. Didn't leave a comment with it. Tom says, happy birthday, Justin. Hope it's a great one. Well, thank you, Tom. My birthday was Saturday. And me and the girlfriend, we went and played putt-putt. Went up there and I actually met a fellow working there who recognized me from YouTube. But we went up there. They had just opened the one up there in Farragut. It was opening day for their season. I guess they closed down during the winter. And we went up there and played, had a good time. I got beat. I'd never lost to her putt-putt before. And she whooped my tail. And I was trying to beat her too because I don't like losing at anything. I'm a competitive person. I don't care if it's a fishing tournament or a game of checkers. I'm going to try to whoop you if I'm playing against you. And so all the time me and her's been together, we played putt-putt a lot. I've never been beaten by her. And she put a hurting on me. I think she beat me by like 4 or 5 strokes. I mean, it was bad. It's my birthday, and I was kind of getting a little bit pissy about it. So, yeah, that's what happened to me on my birthday. Kodiak Fishing's a week away from his birthday, man. Happy birthday in advance. Got a lot of happy birthdays coming in. Thank y'all. Sean says, you're killing it today on Super Chats and memberships, man. Keep living the dream. Yes, I am. I'm very fortunate. Thank y'all so much. Augustine Pedraza says, Monopoly brings out the ugly in people. Yeah, it does. It does with me. Alfred Davenport, I just want to say, love your channel from New Hampshire. Well, thank you, Alfred, I'm sorry. I'll get it out eventually. Hey, there's Joey Christ, $1.99, says, happy birthday. Hope you catch a gollywhopper. Well, thank you, Joey. I met Joey up there at the Catfish Conference. He's a good dude. Tiffany McConkey just hit 40 last birthday. Yeah, Tiffany, like I told the girlfriend, I'm just turning 34 for the 6th time. I ain't going to hit 40. I ain't about to try to get old. Douglas Mellon says she's been taking lessons while I'm fishing. Probably. We played while we were down there in Florida. We stayed at that Wyndham place down there in Pompano Beach. And they've got it's like a resort type area. And they've got all these walking trails and just beautiful property. And they've got a putt-putt course on there. So we played when we were down there in Florida. It's free. You know, if you stay there at the hotel, you can access all that stuff. And so we had a good time doing that. But I was able to beat her down there at that and every other time I played her. But boy, this Saturday, man, she put a hurting on me. I even had 3 holes in ones, and she still beat me. Amanda Bryant says, love your videos. Thank you, Amanda. Holocheck said he's looking for one more Catfish Club member. Well, thank you, Matt. Gail Reineke, 64 years young. I have noticed my analytics. I watch that stuff, you know, and my audience used to be like 25 to 44 was the bulk of my audience. But now I've got a lot of 55 and up people watching now too, which is surprising. Because, you know, generally, no offense to anybody who's a little older, but you don't see a lot of people you know, in their 60s and stuff still kayak fishing. So it's nice to have y'all here watching the channel and whatnot. Got a little something going on here, y'all. Let me get this camera down here. Look at this. We got fish coming up right there on the live scope. That's on the back left bait right there. Look at it. Looks like he's swimming up with it a little bit. Has he got that bait? Or he just swimming around it? He ain't got it. Looks like he's still on there after it though. Sometimes they do that. Yeah, he's swimming up with it there again. I see fish get down there and just look at baits sometimes. They just swim around it. They'll think about it for a couple minutes before they ever eat it. He's right there on that bait though. Well, that's the back left one. Well, we'll see if he eats it here directly. Y'all can probably see that rod there with my big head in the way. I don't want to get too far behind on this chat box again. Michael Hunt says, what's up, brother? Sorry I'm late. You done missed a whopper, man. Amanda Bryant says, what river you at? I'm on the Tennessee River on Watts Bar Reservoir. Mike Hatch joined the club. Thank you, Mike. Glad to have you, man. We've added a bunch of new members here. Thanks to Tom and thanks to Matt Holochek there for incentivizing this. I appreciate you, man. We've added, I don't know how many people we've added, but there's been several. Brokeback Bob says, please go back and watch all of Justin's older videos if you like his shows. I think Bob has literally watched and commented on every episode I've ever put out. Hey, there's Chris Flores, man. Muddy River Catfishing in the house. He says, hey, brother, it was good meeting you at CatCon. It was great meeting you too, Chris. I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to you more. Me and you both was pretty busy up there. He come by there and I think I was talking to him there at the Golden Whiskers Awards show. I got to talk to him a little bit, and I went by his booth later on, and he wasn't there, and then I got busy again, and it was a good time up there. But Chris Flores, Muddy River Catfishing, he's one of the OGs. He's been doing this YouTube thing a long time. He's a good dude. Makes some good rods, too. There's Holochek. Man, Holochek. Give me $50. He says, Mike Hatch, thanks for making it rain for Justin. Thank you so much, Matt. Man, you the one making it rain on me, Matt. You and Tom here, man. Y'all are awesome. Melissa Hill says, I'm one of her husband's idols. He needs better role models, Melissa. Mike Hatch says, Matt is the man. Yes, he is. There's Tom in the 10 spot for Mike Hatch. Thank you, Tom. Man, you guys are awesome. Douglas Medlin turning 60 this year and just got his Blue Sky 360. There's Terry Tunnel has joined the Catfish Club. Thank you, Terry. Glad to have you too. And we had a ton of new members up in here tonight. Old man on the hill says 40s was his best years and they keep getting better. You know, I was told a long time ago that my 30s would be the best years of my life, and they were. They've been awesome. With the exception, you know, of a couple hiccups, which everybody has. But by and large, my 30s was the best years of my life. But, you know, I'm in good health. I feel good. I still feel like I'm a teenager. So I'm hoping the 40s is going to be even better. Mike Ritter says, I love the live scope. Very interesting to see interaction with the baits. Yeah, it can be frustrating at times too, Mike, when you see fish come up there and you know, they've noticed the bait. They want it. and they just don't bite for whatever reason. You know, it can be very frustrating. But definitely interesting to see how they react to it. Hey, we'll see you later, Chris. Thanks for stopping by, man. There's Tom Backs' 10 spot for Terry. Thank you so much, Tom. Amanda Bryant says, can you shout me out in your new video when you make another video? Well, I'll shout you out right now, Amanda Bryant. There you go. We don't have to wait. Mike Hatch, $20. He says, here's to Matt Holochek. Thanks for your service. Well, thank you, Mike, man. And yes, thank you to Matt for his service. Y'all, I think my screen's smudged a little bit here. Bear with me. I don't know if I made it better or worse. Patrick Pittman, $5 says, I will turn 67 March 17th. Love to watch you. You taught me to drift fish out of my boat. Thank you, Justin. Well, thank you, Patrick, and happy birthday. Happy birthday early. There's Brokeback Bob, $9.99. He says 311 likes so far. Hit that like button, please. Thank you, Bob. I got some generous people up in here. Tori Laughlin says, I got a question, man, if you don't mind. So I usually crappie fish for bass or bass fish. What's the best line to use and size sinkers for drifting? What's the best thing to use? I mean, my drifting setup's what I use out here right now while I'm spot locked. I like 40-pound mono mainline, 80-pound mono leaders, and then I usually use 8 ounces whether I'm drifting or whether I'm just spot locked with suspended baits. But the only thing I go with lighter sinkers for is when I'm casting baits out. Like if I'm casting from the bank, I don't throw 8s. But otherwise, I like a heavier sinker when I'm drifting. Kenny Scott says, have I been to Lake Cumberland? I haven't done any catfishing out there. Tom with another 20 says, yes, Matt Holochek, thanks for your service, sir. Y'all should be giving Matt money, not me. Melissa says, I'm one of the best on YouTube, per her husband. You know, he's got good taste in YouTube people. I can tell. I can definitely tell he's got good taste. Grumpy old cat fisherman Raby says, happy birthday. Thank you, buddy. Old man on the hill says, Justin talks about anything from bidets to gardens. That I do. I need me an affiliate link for them bidets. I got on their website, and boy, it's an ordeal to get an affiliate link. I mean, you got to go through about 3 pages of interview crap for that. And I was like, well, maybe it ain't worth it. Maybe someday. Move on down here. Michael Strunks is not complaining, but the live scope screen is hard for us viewers to see due to it being dirty and the position of the sun. Yeah, I won't put the camera on the screen anymore. It's hard when the sun's out and it's a bright day. You get a glare. It's hard to get decent footage. Some models of the Garmin, you can record your screen through the app, the Active Captain app. But this model that I have, you can't do that. So I'm pretty much limited to just filming the screen, and it's tough to do on days like today. Hey, we'll see you later, Michael Hunt. Thanks for stopping by. Holocheck $4.99 says, y'all are embarrassing me now. Thanks so much. Oh, thank you, Matt. T Cliff 1670 has joined the club. Thank you, T Cliff. Glad to have you, man. We had a bunch of new club members today. Braden Womack says, what lake are you on? I'm on Watts Bar today. Logan Jordan says, hey, Justin, glad to see you live again. Happy late birthday. Mine is on Monday. Going to be fishing on Lake of the Ozarks. Well, happy birthday, man. Hope you have a good time. Catch some big fish out there. Tom says 10 spot for new member there. Man, you guys are awesome. And there's Matt with $4.99 for it too. Thanks so much, guys. Slab Slayer says you need a bikini model camera girl. I agree. If I could get any of them to talk to me, I'd have them out here. I can't afford them bikini models. I might could get a girl from the Mouses here, but y'all be tipping money here to have them put their clothes back on. If I got one from there. Fish Kepping says, respond, please. There's your response. Vance Williams says, I'm late to the party, but just got into work, and the first thing the boss said, that catfish guy have any new videos? I said, you're live right now. He told me to come to the office and watch it with me. That's awesome. You got a cool boss. Don't quit that job. Happy late birthday, Jerry. John Knott says, I should have been inducted to the Catfish Hall of Fame. Yeah, I didn't know there was such a thing. I'll probably never get voted in for something like that, though. Hey, thanks for stopping in today, James Shuey. Glad to have you, man. Chad Young says, my son wants one of your new rods you ship to Canada. Gosh, we covered this recently, and I can't remember what the answer was. Reach out to Catfish Sumo there. Just send them a message. I think they do ship to Canada, but I don't think it's free. There's free shipping for continental United States. I think there's a charge going into Canada because of the getting through customs and all that stuff. I think he does, though. I think he will ship. I think it's expensive because of the customs and all that stuff. But thank you for your interest, though. Forsaken says, how's fishing going? My day's made, man. We got 2 fish on the live stream. One was a really good one. Before I went live today, though, I tore them up. It's been a good day. Hey, there's Riley Taylor in the house. Says, hey, y'all, just wanting to cause some trouble on here while I wait for some food. How y'all doing? Been a good day, Riley. I've had a dang good day. Live stream bite's been slow. We've only got 2, but one of them was a really good fish. And so it's been a good day, man. What are you having for dinner tonight, Riley? I'm getting pretty hungry myself. I've been out here. I got on water about noon, I guess, a little after noon. I hope a girlfriend's got something fixed when I get home. She was interviewing for a new job today, so I'm hoping that went well. I hope she keeps climbing that corporate ladder. Maybe she can support me. I am perfectly fine with the idea of being a trophy husband, being a kept man. You know, I'd be living a dream. I'm already living a dream, but I'd be taking that dream to a new level. Roy Dean says, I got his vote for the Hall of Fame. Vance says, boss said he's lucky I'm a good hand. We both say happy birthday. Thank you, Vance. Tom with a 10 spot says, mouse's ear equal clickbait. Maybe you should use light rods to catch whoppers like some of these other guys do. Seeing that a lot. Yeah, that's right. Hell, I need to go down to Alabama, Tom. That's what some of these fellas do. Catch their big fish on video. There's Holocheck, $4.99. It says, it's been a great night. We all killed it with new members and super chats tonight. God bless the USA. Off to work. Hey, Matt, thanks so much for all you've done for me today, man. And thanks for all you do. You have a safe night at work. For those of you just tuning in, maybe don't know, Matt's a police officer up in New York. He's a former Marine, or he's always a Marine. but used to be an active Marine. Now he's a police officer. So thank you so much, Matt. One of my biggest supporters on this channel, man. I appreciate the heck out of you. Roy Dean, no, I don't ever keep no fish, man. Our water's contaminated. There's my mama still here. Robert Locke said he having some crappie caught last fall. I caught the heck out of some crappie. That'll actually be tomorrow's video. It comes out as a crappie video. And I'm going to go out tomorrow morning too before this weather moves in and try to get back on them. I caught probably 50 plus crappie, maybe more. I don't know, as a bunch. I had to edit a bunch of fish out of the videos. So I caught so many. That don't happen very often with me crappie fishing. I'm a terrible crappie fisherman. But I really got on them the other day. There's Riley. He says, there's a local place that makes some burritos with steak, shrimp, and chicken. It's a golly whopper of a burrito. That's awesome, man. You're making me hungry. I had a real good burrito recently. There's a little taco truck, food truck. And it sets up right next to CNC Outdoors up there in Farragut. And my friend Holly Treadell, Eric Romine's fiance, she runs CNC Outdoors, and I was up there, and Eric had stopped in, so we went over to that taco truck. And you know, it wasn't real expensive either, but it was pretty good. And it was that burrito took up a whole daggone plate. So if y'all in the West Knoxville, Farragut area, stop by the taco truck. We might catch us another fish here, Riley. I think we got him on there. Oh, yeah, boy. He feels... I thought it was... Oh, he just come free. Dang. Let me just hold it here a second, see if he comes back for it. It acted like a small fish, and then I picked up on it, and it felt like it had a little bit of weight. And then it was gone. All right, let me reel it in here and check the bait. Make sure it's still on and not foul hooked. The good thing about today, I'm gonna rehook that bait. The good thing about today is I've not had fish just chewing up baits. My baits, I mean, I've been able to leave them on today and they're still in good shape. I mean, this was one that we started the show with and it's still looking good. So we're gonna drop it back down. I don't know what went wrong with that fish. He just didn't hook up. Yeah, Riley talking about that burrito. I'm getting hungry. I should have had me a little snack before I went live, but I did not. It's like I'm losing my buff now if the sun's behind some clouds. Where'd I leave off at? Catfish Hero says, Justin, come fish with me in Epic this August. We get some monsters. That'd be a fun trip, man. I don't know if I can make that happen or not, but I'd love to fish with you guys. There's Uncle Craig with $5. Says, chicken thighs, twice baked potatoes, and Coors Light. That sounds like a hell of a dinner right there. Uncle Craig's eating good tonight. There's Joseph Martin from Bama. Kelly Davis says, I got to get your Golly Whopper rod now, Justin. I have Daniel's rod and reel with Sumo Catfish. It will be an awesome set. Yeah, Daniel puts out some good gear down there with Catfish Sumo. Everything in his product lineup's really good. Charles Hosh says, I should be in the Hall of Fame, man. I appreciate it, man. If my name ever comes up, I appreciate your vote. Riley says, got my new John boat, plan on fixing it up for catfish pretty quick. I hope you do, Riley. I hope you're able to get out there and catch some big ones in it. There's new Catfish Club member Terry Tunnell says, good evening, Justin. How's fishing going? Been pretty good today, Terry. We've got 2 fish on the live stream. One of them was a good one. It was a whopper. And I got a bunch of fish before I went live, so I've had a great day. David Johnson, so they've had some officers get shot out there in Joplin, Missouri. That's terrible. I hate to hear that. Hey, there's George, Sunfish Assassin. What's going on, George? He's a longtime member. Philip H. says chicken casserole at his house tonight. Yeah, that's probably more of what I'll be eating tonight, something along them lines. Some dish involving chicken. We had tacos last night, so I'd imagine it'll be a chicken night tonight. Tom back with another 5 spot, making it rain on me. He says, for the people that don't know why you can't eat fish out of that body of water, the Kingston fly ash spill has contaminated water. Yeah. Yeah, anybody won't know about this body of water, I just tell them Google Kingston coal ash spill. It's terrible, terrible ordeal. It's been a long time, but you know, that stuff don't just go away. It stays in the water for a long time, unfortunately. Michael Strunk says, looks like you're fixing for a really pretty sunset tonight. Yeah, I'll probably have to get off here before the sun goes down because I got about a 30-minute haul to get back to the car, and I don't have a working light right now. If I didn't have to cross the channel, it wouldn't be a big deal, but I don't want to get run over out here. I got to get me a new light. I don't know what the hell's wrong with mine. I don't know if it's the batteries or the light or what. But I tried to put it on last night. I was out yesterday evening. I tried to put my light on. Damn thing wouldn't work, so I got to get that squared away. Justin Robert says, how deep are you? I'm 67 feet. Alan Gibson says, are you going to Catapalooza this year? I don't have any plans to go, but I might show up. We'll just have to wait and see. They're having it at a terrible time. June's a busy month for me on YouTube. June's my best views, my best month for views. And so I got to really be cranking out the content. Riley says, where's my good old-fashioned moon pie? I ain't got any with me right now. I'm out. I got to get some more. John Knott says, Steve Douglas, Bill Dance, Johnny Morris, and like 5 others I've never heard of are the first 8 inducted this year. They will do 3 more every year. Well, you know, Steve Douglas totally deserves being in a Catfishing Hall of Fame. Bill Dance, you could make a great argument for him too, because he got some attention on catfishing. I remember years ago seeing some stuff with him. Well, I don't know what the hell Johnny Morse has ever done other than making Bass Pro Shop. I don't know what he's ever done in catfishing, so he must just be somebody that's put a lot of money toward their Catfishing Hall of Fame. Maybe they're having the Catfishing Hall of Fame at a Bass Pro Shop somewhere, so they give him like one of them people that they bring into colleges and they give them an honorary diploma or something, you know. That's Johnny Morse for you. Big Bank Catfish and Stripe says, when you bank fish, do you think you can weigh some? I just don't care about weighing fish, man. It don't mean nothing to me. I just like the fight of them. Weighing fish is for penis measurers. People that just want to, even if I did weigh them, they'd swear them down. I could say a fish is 12 pounds and somebody'd say, no, it's 8 pounds. They just want to argue with you. I ain't got time for that nonsense. I got enough drama going on with me all the time in the YouTube world anyway. I don't need more stuff from the weighing fish. Philip Thomas says, how old were you when you started YouTube? Good question. I think I posted my first videos in 2015 or 2016, so probably around 34, I guess. Justin Muller says, how long can you go on a charge on your battery? If you're talking about my trolling motor battery, I charge it every other trip. If you're talking about my phone battery, I don't know, a few hours. I got it plugged into a power bank right now. Hike and Mike says, Bass Pro pushes the moon pies. That they do. I have got moon pies up there at Bass Pro before. There's James Cardwell in the house. Glad to have you, James. Tommy Bounds. What's going on, Tommy? Myra's got T-bone steaks tonight. I'm heading to Myra's house when we're done here. Myra and her husband, Will, they're going to cook me a steak, it sounds like. There's Denver Lamont. Says, how's about Denver? Well, every time I hear the name Lamont, I love that name, by the way, but I always think of Sanford and Son. You remember that show, Sanford and Son? He'd say, Lamont, you big dummy. That was a good show. I bet that's still on TV somewhere, but I ain't watched an episode in years. There's Don Bell from Alabama. What's going on, Don? Florida Channel Catfishing. Sandra Hillary says, nice view, yeah. It's been a beautiful day out here. Comfortable, it's like 60 degrees. Sunny. It's been an awesome day. Joshua Russell's got a good question. He says, are skipjack running well right now? What advice would you give on fishing for skipjack? They are biting great right now. They're in all these backwater creeks. That's where I've been getting them at. They're back there busting shad. The skipjack's back there. Everything's in the backwaters except the catfish. I haven't done worth a crap for the catfish in the shallows lately. I'm still getting them out here deep. But skipjacks in these creeks, man. Go in there, throw some jigs, throw some spoons, you'll wear them out. Penny says, can you start trolling that way? I probably could, Penny, but I'd rather sit here in this creek mouth. I've done so well here today. I know on the live stream we've only got 2. But I've caught some good fish here in this creek mouth. I'd like to stay here till it's time for me to pack up and leave. There's Tom, says he's off to work. Oil field is calling. Got to help drive these gas prices down. I drill oil wells sideways, by the way. Good luck, Justin. See you next time. Well, thank you so much, Tom. Thanks for what you do right now, man. We need you out there working some overtime to get these gas prices down. Well, thank you. Sincerely, though, Tom, thank you for all your help today with this. You've really helped boost the membership calls today, and I appreciate the hell out of you, man. T-Cliff 1670 Catfish Club member says, Justin, what brand of waterproof boots is that you wear? You mentioned them quite a while ago, and I can't remember. So I've actually got some new boots here. I used to use the Boundary Water boots from NRS, and those were great boots. I had a pair for 3 or 4 years, I guess. I think it's at least 4 years I had them. And I finally wore the heel out of them, and they started leaking on me. This rod got hit. And so these boots here, we'll see if this got a fish on here or not. He hit it. What do you think, T-Cliff? He got it? T-Cliff joined the Catfish Club membership to drive today, so we're going to dedicate this one to T-Cliff if he eats it. But anyway, these boots, to finish answering your question, T-Cliff, these are an off-brand boots. I got these on just on Google there, internet search. I forget what brand they are. I had never heard of them before. But they're just like the Boundary Water boots, just cheaper and a different name. Yeah, we got him. He's hooked up. He's hooked up on there. Oh, he just let it go. He didn't feel like he was very big. That's frustrating nonetheless. I should have cranked down on him. Bait still hooked good. We'll send it back now. Well, T-Cliff, I almost dedicated that fish to you. I'm going to dedicate the effort that I had on landing that fish to you. How about that? Cut bait keeps getting bit. I've had live bait out all day. Had a yellow bass while I was filming my regular video earlier. We got a 13-inch live crappie on this rod up here for those of you just tuning in. Ain't nothing touched the live bait. Didn't nothing touch the live bait yesterday either when I was out. I caught a bunch of fish yesterday on cut bait. Hey, there's Callie, K&K Fishing Adventures. Been a member for 5 months. Says, just finished counting the entire inventory of work. Time to head home, so I'm coming in late. Wow. Yeah, Callie's up there at McDonald's, so I'd say there was a lot of chicken McNuggets to count. That's probably a ordeal counting all that stuff. Callie's probably still froze over up there in North Dakota. River Addict was on here earlier and was talking about how everything's froze over up there. Slab Slayer says, the wrong show, but an old show quote. What you talking about, Willis? That was a good one too. Oh, Webster. Douglas Medlin says, surprised they don't argue about the lengths and you measure in front of the camera. I know. See, that's the nice thing about a measuring board. You know, a lot of people don't like the lengths versus weights, but the measuring board don't lie. When you put a fish on the board, it is what it is. Scales, if it ain't calibrated right, you get an odd reading. If the fish is moving around or your arms are shaking or something, you get an odd reading. Some scales, you know, just ain't worth a crap in general. But the measuring board, you put a fish on there, what it is what it is. There's Tom giving $5, says, how are you, Callie? Thanks, Tom. Tom, I thought you had to go to work. There's Jimmy Steven. So he loves the videos. Hopes I'm doing well. Thank you, Jimmy. Tommy Bounds says, Skipjack and Stripe have started to run. He's been catching them at the forks of the river. Yeah, they've been on the move. They've been biting good. I ain't had no trouble getting skipjack. There's Parker Pursuits. Slab Slayer's got a funny comment that I'm not going to read out loud, but that's funny. Hey, there's Kayak Mike. What's going on, man? I got another dink here messing with this Mike. Mike's from Ohio. He knows all about them dinks. That right there, he may actually hook up. He's going to pull right there a little bit now. That fish got offended that I called him a dink. He's going to pull a little drag. All right, let's reel in another one. Callie's had a long day at work, K&K Fishing Adventures, and she's one of my longtime supporters, one of my biggest donors on here in the Catfish Club. So if I can land this fish, I'm going to dedicate it to her. Up there counting inventory today. Frozen over in North Dakota. I couldn't live up north. This fish right here, I don't think this fish here is going to be too bad. It's down there just a pulling, man. It ain't rolling. For those of you tuned in late to the live stream here, we've got 2 fish landed, a couple other bites. One fish was small, the first one. The other one was a whopper. This one here don't feel too bad. It's just a pulling down there, man. I wonder if this ain't a flathead, maybe. I caught a flathead, not on the live stream, but I got one earlier this afternoon. It's the second fish I caught. This creek mouth today, man, it is produced. I had a feeding window earlier today. I was getting bit just one after another. And then we had a break there on the live stream. I guess I jinxed myself when I went live. We had like 1 fish in the first hour. But I imagine these fish will probably closer to sunset here. I can't fish too much longer just because I got such a long run. I'm about 2 miles from the car. So that's 30 minutes in the kayak. And I don't have the lights, so I can't fish too much longer, but hopefully these fish will turn on a little more before we leave. I see the bubbles coming up over there. Let's see what this is. No, it's a blue. That's pretty good. We're going to dedicate that one to Callie. K&K Fishing Adventures. Yeah, that's a solid fish, guys. That's a solid fish. Again, I'm gonna just play him out here a second before I bring him in, because that's another one that's big enough to do some damage if he goes crazy in the kayak. Another one on the cut skipjack. Live bait continues to fail, as usual. Nice, man. Nice fish. Where'd my glove at? Where'd y'all put my glove? Douglas Medlin, I think, hid my glove. I found it, though. What do you think, Blue Kitty? You ready to be landed? Come on over here now. I don't know how many people's watching. I bet we got at least 200 still watching. Want to see you. All right, let's get a hold of this thing. That's a nice fish, man. That's a nice one. Come on in, kitty. Come on in. Woo! Get the hook out. There it is. We got the bait. I'll switch that out here in a minute. Let me get the camera switched around for you, y'all. That's a good fish, man. Put this up there. All right. Guys, what we got? 380 people still in here. There we go. Nice blue cat. Motor's even gonna spin me around here a little bit so we can get in the light. Awesome, man. Been like this all afternoon for me though, y'all. Been catching some good fish out here. 67 feet deep. Creek mouth, old creek mouth that dumped in here before they flooded this. So, Callie, if you watch this after the fact, I know you're driving home. This one's for you, Callie. Let's let it go, guys. We're gonna get another bait on there. See ya, fish. How you going? All right. Let me stick that back up there a second. Let's put us another bait on. He gave me the bait back. I'm gonna switch it out. That head down there ain't been messed with, so we're gonna leave it out, but I want to get another body piece on. That's what I've done the best on today. My biggest fish today did come on a skipjack head, but most of my fish has been on just chunks of skipjack. It's actually still in pretty good shape, but I am gonna go ahead and switch it out anyway. Another piece on there. Again, I gotta cut this bait, so y'all just admire my good looking hat here while I cut this bait up. You can get them catfishsumo.com. Code word kayak get you 10% off your order. Catfish Club members get 15%. Speaking of selling stuff too, my regular audience, I gotta sell some more wallets in tomorrow's video. Tomorrow and Monday's video, we gotta sell wallets. But after Monday's video, my requirements with that'll be up. They sponsored, Ridge Wallet sponsored 3 videos this week. They've been really good to me. A lot of people don't like the sales pitch, the commercials and the videos and stuff. I get that. But while I understand it, I got bills to pay. So if the Ridge wants to sponsor some videos, I am more than willing to let them do it. And I like their stuff too. They sent me a backpack and a wallet, and I'm using them both. So it's been a pretty good relationship thus far. All right, let me get this plugged back in. And yeah, let me scroll back up. I know I probably missed a bunch there while I was fighting that fish. Man, I missed a bunch there. There's been some comments coming in while that fishing was going on there. All right, there's Kayak Mike's comment. So now I know where I at least left off. There's Green Machine. Old Dan's in the house. There's Terry with Fishing a Family Traditions that just got here, had retinal attachment surgery. Goodness gracious. I hope your surgery went well, Terry. Jimmy Stevens says, please let Jeremiah know you read comments on your show. He is 10 and loves catfishing. There you go. Shout out to Jeremiah. Josh Russell says, when you use bluegill, do you use better with cut or live? I don't do particularly good with either, but I prefer the live bluegill over cut bluegill. Where'd I go? Let me see. Let me scroll on down. I want to make sure I don't miss any of them expensive comments. There's Pfeiffer's Fishing, $5. Says, yes, you pronounce it correct. Yes, I did $5 on purpose. Love your channel. Keep it up, catch a monster. I always give Pfeiffer a hard time because Pfeiffer Fishing $5 is a mouthful. That's a tongue twister. But I appreciate the donation there, Pfeiffer. Hey, there's Callie, $20. Says inventory system went down for every McDonald's, so it's been an ordeal. Third inventory count this week. We're still froze over up here. Supposed to start warming up next week, though. Thanks for the dedication. Well, thank you, Callie. I hope your work gets better for you up there. Rooster's Lounge says, if there's anybody that can answer my question that I asked, please do so. I don't know what your question was, Rooster. I missed it. I'm sorry. Andy Winninger says, nice day fishing. Great to see you out. Well, thank you, Andy. Andy's a longtime Catfish Club member. There's my man Ed, says, I'm the same way with spoonbill. If I burn more calories than I take in, it's not worth it. It's hard work fishing for them spoonbill, doing that snagging stuff, man. My shoulder was on fire at one time I tried it. Daniel Silcott says, very nice. How you doing in the slot turn? Well, technically I'm losing. But what them fellas don't know is I'm really actually winning right now because I got 3 fish over 29 inches. And while there's scores that are ahead of me, a lot of them guys turning in fish that are, 24, 25 inches or whatever. I ain't bothering to take a picture of it unless it's over 29. I don't waste time with that stuff. So I think a tournament's going to go well for me. Oh, shoot. I lost my spot again. Okay, there's Rooster's Lounge. There's a bar and lounge up in Knoxville called Roosters. I ain't never been in it, but I've drove by it on North Shore a bunch of times. They said the question was, I'm out here from Florida to Billings, Montana. Well, I don't guess that's the same Roosters that I know then. Growing up catching saltwater fish, now that I'm in Montana, I have to catch freshwater fish. What is the best way? I'd probably say go trout fishing up there in Montana, man. We got another fish hitting right here. We got another one out there. We'll see if this rod will go down here in a second. That's that fresh bait we just dropped down. He ain't acting like he's very big. Doo-doo or get off the pot, fish. We got comments to read here. I'm behind. I'm behind on the comments, and you slowing down progress, fish. I'm gonna jerk your jaw here. If I catch up with you, there we go. He come up in the water column with it. Jerk this fish's jaw for disrupting our conversation. He don't feel like he's very big either. Not like that other one. The other one was a nice fish. First really big one I got this afternoon. He just let it go. We hurt that fish's feelings, and he said, well, if I don't appreciate him, he just won't come up here and see us. Joke's on him, because I didn't want to see him no way. The other fish set the bar high. That fish there was trying to lower it. Speaking of lowering, we'll get that bait lowered back down. All right, let me get back to, y'all can watch this sun fall down in the sky over here. I'll get back to reading these comments again. I got way behind somehow. I was almost caught up. There's Tom. Tom, I thought you, good gosh, I thought you had to work tonight, Tom. He says TMI, but taking a shower and still listening. Now I really got to go see you on the next one. Thanks, Tom. I don't know if I should be flattered or weirded out that you took me into the shower. That's funny. Joseph Hinkle says, watching these videos has been quite inspirational for my father and I. Well, thank you, Joseph. Glad you like them. Half Century Catfishing said, did Justin catch a fish? I've caught 3 on the live stream so far, Half Century. Robert White says, where are you fishing at? I'm on Watts Bar tonight. Michael Strunk said, you just been gollywhopped. That's funny. Oh, there's Tiffany saying MLB lockout is over. All right, I guess I'm going to have to be watching Dodgers baseball again here soon. Don Bell said that was a good one. I got me some new reels and stuff. I'm super excited to use them. I hope you get on the water again here soon, Don. I hope you have a good day out there. Catch you some fish. Well, good luck, Anthony Ellis. I hope you have a good birthday, man. Rooster's Lounge says you win in all these tournaments. That's why we call you Mr. Catfish. I do pretty good in the slot tournaments, but the big fish tournaments, I can't compete with those anymore. I ain't that good. There's Dan saying, enjoying that little slot tournament. The big boys are in the big fish event, coming from the guy with 0 fish. Well, let me tell you something, Dan. You enjoy winning a tournament and not making as much money as what I'm going to win fishing for the little fish in the slot, because I think mine's going to pay a little more. So, ha. Chisky Wood Creations, so he's going crappie fishing in the morning. I am too. Tiffany says the sacrifices you make for the girlfriend. That's what I say too. Sitting through them Dodger games, and they don't ever start till 10 o'clock, so that means I got to stay up late. And, you know, even though I've turned 34 6 times and I'm still a young man, I typically go to bed fairly early. So them Dodger games, West Coast games, they put a hurting on my sleep. Bryce Debo says, Justin, what's your take on Big Cat Fever and why haven't you ever used them? They're great rods. I used them on, when I went and fished with Zach Royce a few years ago. He has Big Cat Fever rods, and I used his on the boat there. They're nice rods, great company. I'd used Ugly Stick for years, and then I signed a deal with Catfish Sumo. And so I used his rods last year, and then this year we just come out with my signature rod. So I don't really have a need to switch rods when I got the best rod ever made for me right here in the kayak right now. So, but yeah, Big Cat Fever though, quality brand. Don McFarland says, Justin, ever thought about fishing Oklahoma? I have not, but I probably will at some point in time. I wouldn't put it past me. I got a lot of people that watch me out there in Oklahoma, so could probably make that happen at some point. There's Terry back. Says, I'm doing an online bank fishing tournament here in Missouri in May. I'm excited to do the first one. It's 3 biggest of the 3 species on public waters. Well, good luck in your tournament, Terry. I hope you do well. I ever tried noodling? No, I ain't into that whole noodling stuff. We don't like them people around here. Them noodlers going in there and grabbing the catfish that are nesting. We don't, to each his own, it's legal. They can do it, but we don't like them. Bryce Debo says, I was fishing the same tournament with Zach and couldn't find you anywhere. I wasn't over there fishing a tournament with him, Bryce. I just went on a guided trip with him a few years ago. Don McFarland said, He's from Stillwell and loves the show. Well, thank you, Don. There's Callie back with a 20 spot. Says, planning a week-long North Dakota fishing trip this fall. Going to hit several spots and go after all kinds of fish. I think you should join me for the Red River Catfish Day of that trip. Anyone else want to see Justin catch channel cats? Well, thank you for the invite, Callie, and thank you for the super chat. Them channel cats up there on the Red River, they're actually big enough to be worth catching, unlike the ones around here where I'm from. Buck Trio, no, I've never fished Clark's Hill. Catfish Hero says, where's Becca? I don't know. I ain't seen Becca in here today. I'm sure she's busy, though. She's always on somebody's live stream. Oh, Chisky Wood Creation says, not that kind of noodling. Use pool noodles. Yeah, I've fished with jugs before. It's fun to watch them go down. Now, them people that leave them out overnight, we don't like them people either because they get in people's boat props and fish pull them all over the daggone lake. But it's fun to watch them go down. Parker Pursuits, no, I've never been to Mississippi. Cattails says, do you have a suggestion for an affordable kayak? My best advice would be buy used. Get you a good quality brand, but go to the used market, and you'll save several $100s by doing that. I'd avoid the real cheap brands, though. You're going to be uncomfortable. They're not very stable. They're not very durable. You're better off paying a little more up front and getting a good quality brand. But you can get pretty much anything you want in the used market for a significant discount. Bryce Debo said, there was a tournament I was fishing a year or two ago and someone said you was there on Bugs Island. No, that wasn't me. I ain't never been to Bugs Island. Joseph Hinkle says, I catfish every chance I get. My kids go with me, so Dad got started again. Big trip planned for us in April. Dad found you on YouTube, and we've been binge watching your videos for a week. That's awesome, man. I appreciate you driving my views up there. Good luck on your trip. Tim Hall says, people that noodle down here in South Georgia disappears a lot, so we don't have many. That's awesome. Tim's going to plead the fifth when the cops come knocking on his door. Riptide Outdoors with a 5 spot. Thank you, buddy. Says, going right after work, hoping for one front camera worthy. Good luck tonight and tight lines. Well, thank you, buddy. I hope you get them, man. I hope you get a few that are front camera worthy. There's Josh Black in the house. Missouri Outdoor Adventure says, as always, enjoyed watching. Thanks for sharing. I'm new to your channel and gave you a sub. Well, thank you. I appreciate you subscribing. Bryce says, make a trip out. Enjoy meeting you. Watch you a lot. Well, thanks. I'll get over there eventually. It's on the to-do list. Marshland Outdoors says, catching big alligator gar in a kayak is a blast. Good luck this evening from Louisiana. Well, thank you, Marshland. Yeah, I hope to catch some alligator gar. That's the number one thing I want to do in Texas this fall. Mark that off the bucket list. They are a cool fish and get so big. I mean, if I was in Texas, that'd probably be what I fished for all the time. From the videos I've watched, it looks like they fish for them just like catfish. They just throw in cut bait under floats and let them eat it a little while before they set the hook. So it's going to be a good time. Guess I might could get rid of these glasses now if the sun's behind me over there. Eamon Nunez says, good luck, boss, watching from southeast Iowa. Well, thanks. I bet it's cold up there right now. Yeah, a little nip, nip, nip. There it goes. We got another one on here, y'all. We're going to get one more at least on this video. Maybe. Yeah, he's on there. He's on there. Let's reel it in. Let's reel it in. Maybe this one will stay buttoned up. Bite was definitely better when I got out here today, before I went live. I don't know how many fish I ended up with, but several, and a lot of them good quality. Since we've been live, the bite's been kind of slow, but we have got 2 really good fish on the live stream. This one here probably ain't gonna measure up. I feel him rolling down there. It's definitely a blue. Come on up, fishy. Taking my time bringing it. I could horse this one up real easy, but it's 67 feet here, so I don't want to bring him up too quick. Yeah, just a little old thing. There were some bubbles coming there. It's real easy with these little ones when you're fishing deep to bring them up way too quick. And then they get bloated and they can't go back down. And yeah, that's a small fish right there. That's about the size of the fish we started the live stream with. First one we got on the stream was about this size. He threw the bait off. I don't know what he's got all over his mouth. It looks like he's, one of these heroin users here that's overdosed. Got vomit or something coming out of his mouth. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, all over my hand now. That's got mud on him. Get out of here. You're too small for me to even dedicate that fish to anybody. Somebody'd be insulted if I dedicated that fish to them. Let me see what time. It's 6:15, y'all. I think what I'm going to do, I don't think I'm going to rebait that rod because I'm about to lose my towel here too. I don't think I'm going to rebait that rod, y'all, because it's getting dark about 6:45-ish right now. And it's still daylight enough now, but I got a 30-minute haul back to the car and I don't have a working light tonight. So, and I know we ain't seen too many boats go by on the live stream, but there was several in the parking lot that I launched from because it's a nice day. There's quite a few people out today. So I'm not going to fish too much longer, so I'm not going to bother rebaiting that rod right there. Let me see where I left off. Tim Hull says, went fishing the other day, saw a nice 14-foot gator. I don't like them gators. It's funny. I'll go out there and fish for them sharks in the kayak. I had a blast doing that in Florida. Loved it. Can't wait to go back. But I don't want to mess with no alligator. I'll tangle with the sharks, but not the gators. Mellow Yellow 308 says, wow, you do live. That's awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by, Mellow Yellow. I wouldn't mind having a Mellow Yellow right now. I ain't had one in years, I don't think. Terry Tunnel says, do they make 2-seater kayaks for fishing? Daughter Callie has been asking me to take her fishing after watching your videos. Terry, they do make 2-seaters. But you don't want to use them. They're too cramped a space. You're going to be knocking each other in the heads with fishing rods and stuff. And it's better to just get 2 individual kayaks. Unless your daughter's just really young. Catfish Hero says, Justin Johnson, men want to be him, women want to be with him. That's awesome. There's Timothy Van Boning. Hello from Nebraska. Well, hello. There's Dustin Lynn, Daryl Litherland, Luke Bertrand Outdoors. Oh, there's my man, pro moderator, y'all. Eric Thomason. He said, someone said you were talking about me. Yeah, Pro Neighbor was on here earlier. And somebody had asked about you. Am I still live? What happened? Something happened with my phone. I don't know what happened there. I guess I'm still live. I was just talking away and the screen was blank. Yeah, I must have. Yeah. Tommy Bounce is my server. I think it was me. I think something went wrong with my phone there, y'all. Richie says, welcome back. Okay, there's my mom, says I'm back live. I don't know what happened. My phone shut off. I lost the whole audience, man. When the phone disappeared, I lost everybody. We're down to 160 now. Crap. Again, I blame Pro Moderator for that. I was talking about him when my phone went off. So definitely Pro Moderator's fault that all that happened. Well, I don't know when my phone went off, but I was reeling in a fish. I lost the fish. So y'all didn't miss anything. I do need to end this stream anyway, though. Jason Smith said Eric Scruter. That's the dang truth. Douglas said, got the bite and disappeared. I must have hit my phone lock screen thing there when I turned around. Callie says, it's telling you time to go to get back safe. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good sign. I need to get on up out of here. I'd ideally like to stay till dark. Ideally, but I don't have my light, a working light anyway. And I've been out here since about noon, so I'm hungry. But nevertheless, y'all, I appreciate all of you who've tuned in to the show today. It's been a, kind of a slow bite on the live stream, but we did get 2 really good fish, and on the live stream, and a couple other smalls. So not bad for a couple hours out here. I'll gladly take it. But y'all be tuned in for my channel here. I'll have some videos coming out a lot more regularly now that we're getting into spring. I got a crappie video coming out tomorrow. I got another catfish video coming out on Monday, another crappie video after that. Then today's video should air after that. So we got a string of videos coming out, and it's going to get a lot better here as the spring goes on. I'll be doing a lot more fishing. So let me just make sure I ain't missed nothing. Yeah, Will Lloyd saying 20 minutes to sundown. I got 30 minutes to the car, so I guess I better get on up out of here. But everybody who's tuned in today, thank you so much. All of you who've joined the Catfish Club, everybody who's super chatted me, I appreciate the heck out of you. Tom in and God dang it, I've lost my dang mind here. Tom and Matt, I'm drawing a blank. I'm such an idiot, but they have boosted this membership drive. I mean, Tom and Matt Holochek, man, they do so much for this channel, supporting me with the donations and the positivity. I appreciate the heck out of them. So thank you guys, and we'll do this again soon. We're going to start doing the live streams a lot more now that we're getting on into spring and getting some better weather. I don't know how frequently, but probably at least, weekly or bi-weekly until the weather straightens out, permanently, and then we'll start probably going at least weekly after that. So Richie Deaton says, still waiting on his 20-pound flathead. I wish we could have made it happen for you, Richie. I wanted to so bad, man. Lord, Richie's been in here the whole time, y'all. All right, Cody Burke's got a question. He says, hey, man, quick question before you go. He says, I know you're from the Tennessee area. I'm up in Ohio and been wanting to take my boat south to catch big blues. Do you recommend any locations that are known for big blues? If you're going south, I'd go all the way down to Alabama, man. Wheeler and Wilson, people pull huge fish out of there every single day. As far as Tennessee goes, Nickajack's probably the best place in Tennessee to fish on the Tennessee River, and the Tennessee part of it anyway. But if time and budget's not a problem, I just tell you, keep going on further south to Alabama. That's going to give you your best shot. All right, guys. Well, again, big thanks to everybody who's tuned in tonight. I hope you all have a safe weekend. The weather's turning bad here on Saturday. Probably is for a lot of places out there with yous too. So y'all be safe. We'll do it again soon. See you again.